It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on a Saturday morning. Lovely day here in Virginia, hot and sunny. Gonna be up around 90 again. So you know where I'll be this afternoon. I'll be out by the pool, enjoying some pool time. Glad you guys are with us this morning. Got a few things to cover, not a great deal of news today. Of course, we all know a bunch of cruise ships are getting back in today and resailing and stuff. So the cruise industry is back better than ever. And we're just going on and on. We'll be adding things to the active parts of that. The weather forecast, I don't have to talk about weather today. There's absolutely nothing on any of the maps. So no talk about weather today whatsoever. The Elsa is gone. She's up there in up north now, and it's raining some up there, but not bad. So today's lead story is on Costa Rica. Costa Rica is set to reopen, but not until September 1st. Costa Rica has always been a popular sport for those that enjoy wildlife and beaches and jungles of the country. Costa Rica will be opening to cruise ships again in September, although this will be under the most strict guidelines possible. So far, 9 cruise lines have included ports in their itineraries for Costa Rica, which of course will be a boost to the tourism industry and the reactivation of local economies in the coastal communities. Costa Rica will be opening to cruise ship tourism starting September 1st. So far, 9 cruise lines have included Costa Rica in their ship's itineraries: Windstar, Lindblad, Sea Cloud, Seabourn Quest, Celebrity Millennium, Carnival Pride, Crown Princess, Diamond Princess, and Seven Seas Mariner. 5 of the vessels will sail from Limon, while the other vessels will be visiting ports on the Pacific side of the country. Opening the country for cruise ship passengers is one thing. Doing it safely is another. Costa Rica was one of the first countries to close down its ports in 2019. However, the country did open up for land-based tourism earlier this year. In June, the country saw almost 120,000 arrivals at the airports. For cruise ships, the passengers will need to be fully vaccinated before they arrive. The country has told the visiting cruise lines that 100% of crew members on board need to be fully vaccinated and 95% of all guests on board. The full vaccination path will allow guests to enjoy the country by themselves instead of staying in the bubble while visiting. So Costa Rica has kind of taken the bull by the horns, putting it all on them, on the requirements. All right. Carnival Glory, shown here in dry dock in Marseille, France, is the latest Carnival cruise ship to be adorned with a stunning new hull design that is becoming a trademark of Carnival Cruise Line, which proudly sails as America's cruise line. So Carnival Glory got a new paint job. Carnival Magic received the new paint job in May, while Carnival Dream is next in line for the hull design when it completes its dry dock later this month. So the Dream is next. The first Royal Caribbean ship that has returned to Alaska in the last 16 months is a Serenade of the Seas, and it is currently operating a test cruise in the region and is also the first large ship to sail there. Serenade of the Seas welcomed in Ketchikan yesterday. On the vessel departed Seattle on July the 7th on the first simulated sailing as per guidelines set by CDC. As part of the test cruise, Serenade of the Sea stopped in Ketchikan yesterday which marks a huge step forward in revising tourism in Alaska, with which the suspension of cruise operation was heavily impacted. The cruise ban in Canada also affected the state because passenger vessels have to visit a foreign port when departing U.S. Thanks to Senator Murkowski and others, the Alaska Tourism Restoration Act bill was passed and signed, allowing cruise ships to return. The ship arrived on Friday morning and received a warm welcome from the senator and local officials. The welcome event was hosted by CLIA, that's Cruise Line International, and an award was presented to Senator Murkowski, who took a leading role in pushing through the Alaska Tourism Restoration Act to allow cruise ships to sail to Alaska without the need to visit those foreign ports such as Canada. The vessel is scheduled to restart on July the 19th with paid passengers on 7-night cruises out of Seattle. Ovation of the Seas is also scheduled to begin cruises from Seattle on August the 13th of this year. It's great news for Alaska and the local businesses that serve cruise ship visitors. There are 78 sailings scheduled to include Alaska for the remainder of 2021. As the cruise industry enters 2022, there should be more normality when the Alaska season begins. And I'd be interested, folks, if you're watching this broadcast, are you planning on an Alaska trip between now and 2022? If so, drop me a comment. I'd appreciate it. One other story to mention this morning, Carnival Cruise Line has added an insurance requirement for Florida departures. Bringing the company in line with Royal Caribbean, Carnival has now amended its travel requirements to include insurance for guests that have not been vaccinated. Although the cruise line has mandated that all passengers are vaccinated fully, there are instances where someone who has not been vaccinated can still sail. The cruise line has updated its protocols page, which now includes a travel insurance requirement for unvaccinated guests who are sailing. The cruise is following the CDC guidelines, and a number of unvaccinated passengers can request to cruise if they are ineligible for the vaccine. This means that if there are 1,000 guests on board, 50 could be unvaccinated. Should an outbreak occur, the cruise line ensures that all bases are covered in terms of quarantine, possible hospitalization, or even a medical evacuation. The measure is not set to come into effect until July 31st, giving guests scheduled to sail more than enough time to prepare and purchase insurance. The first sailing impacted by this insurance cover is the maiden voyage of Mardi Gras on the same date. That's July 31st. Guests can choose to purchase insurance from their travel company or through Carnival Vacation Protection. Now, my only thought is, I wonder, this story came out yesterday, but it does not mention the fact that the judge basically threw out the appeal of the lawsuit. So they sided with the state of Florida, and Carnival cannot require somebody to tell them if you're vaccinated or not. I wonder if that's going to change. That's why the insurance is there, because there has to be unvaccinated guests now, or guests that refuse to say if they've been vaccinated. I don't know. That was a poorly written story, and it didn't cover everything that I'd want to ask if I had the person in my sights to see. But anyway, I understand it's the same thing that Royal Caribbean did earlier in the week, and it's because of this whole mess with the lawsuit down there, and the fact that the cruise lines cannot require everybody to be vaccinated, or even ask if they're vaccinated, which to me is awful. But anyway. All right, one other thing to mention today. I've talked about it all week. Learn about Iceland with Donna and Michael Philippus tomorrow on Cruise Amigos, live from London. I'll be at 2 o'clock my time. That's Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, excuse me. As I'll be on that show with my friend John up in Minnesota, where it'll be 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And over there on the other side of the pond with Martin, it'll be 7 p.m. London time. So Cruise Amigos is we're going to learn about Iceland. And I'm telling you, folks, the pictures are fabulous. They're fabulous. So you will enjoy the show, Cruise Amigos, tomorrow as we learn about Iceland. At least I'm going to learn about Iceland. I don't know about you. Maybe you know everything you want to know about Iceland, but I don't. All right. I know Tom Henry's with us over here in the chat room, and I know Amy's with us. Good morning, y'all. John Reitmeyer, he's in the house. Let's see what John has to say this morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Exciting show with Chillie and the Cruise Amigos tomorrow as we found out all about Iceland. He's mentioning that too. Hope everybody joins in. I'm by a big body of water this morning. Which body of water, John? You didn't tell us. I did see your teaser picture. It's more than a mud puddle between John and the Canadian border. Let's leave it at that. Nikki's with us down there in Jacksonville. Good morning. Happy Saturday. My calendar says it's National Pina Colada Day. Awesome. Let's see. Where am I going to? I don't know where I'm going to dinner tonight. If I'm going to dinner, there's someplace that can make a pina colada, by damn, I'll have one. That's one of the few drinks other than my bourbon that I drink. I will have an occasional, well, I have a Bloody Mary on the cruise ships because I always want to make sure that my vegetable levels are where they should be. So I have a Bloody Mary every morning on a cruise ship. And I will occasionally have a pina colada. I especially love the pina coladas at that little straw market in Nassau in the Bahamas. Was my favorite pina colada anywhere. But anyway, I will happily celebrate National Pina Colada Day by drinking a pina colada. All right. John says, Nikki, every day is Pina Colada Day. Oh, well, it's lush. On a cruise. Yes. Tom Henry says, hello to everybody. Tom had a little bit of rain when the storm blew through over there in his backyard. Amy is booked on the Westerdam for next year, September to Alaska. I was supposed to go last year and was canceled. Yeah, I was supposed to go last year too. I was on Norwegian something or another. I forget which ship I was on going to Alaska. But anyway, I was canceled out on mine too. But I haven't got anything booked yet till I see about this oxygen business. I appreciate all you guys asking me about the appointment yesterday. Was with the PT, and I was evaluated to start this. I got 36 PTs, physical therapy sessions, pulmonary therapy sessions that start on Monday. I go 3 times a week for 36 sessions that Medicare has paid for or approves or whatever, however that works. And it's basically exercise stuff. They have bicycles, recumbent bicycles, stair steps. They have treadmills. They have all that kind of stuff. And they work with me on doing exercises that hopefully will improve the lung capacity and maybe get me to the point of lowering the oxygen level required or off of it altogether. Unfortunately, I'm not there yet. But that's the whole idea. And I go the next 13 weeks, I go 3 times a week, which is going to be a pain in the butt. But at least it's after the show every day. So you don't have to worry about me screwing up like I did yesterday. Tom Henry says, new keyboard for my iPad. The right shift key isn't quite on the right spot. I keep hitting the enter. Oops. Tom says, give me 2 pina coladas, 1 for each hand. I can understand that. Oh, and John says he's up on Lake Whoa, Bernadigi. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, John. Mississippi River chain. Okay. Katie's with us. She's up there in Martha's Vineyard. She's up there learning how to speak Kennedy. They used to run around Martha's Vineyard all the time. All the Kennedys did. Katie loves chocolate martinis. So does Tom. They do cost an extra $3 on NCL drink package. Oh, well. John says NCL pina colada, and in my opinion, not so good. Come to my house for the best. We could do that too. We could be happy to do that. I'm not answering the phone. I'm on the stupid call. Who's ever trying to call me now? All right. So Tom is going to go to John's and have a pina colada. And Tom says, the best pina colada I have had on the train in St. Kitts. Oh, no, that's one to know. The best pina colada was on the train in St. Kitts. Okay. I can smell a short coming on that one. That'll be interesting. All right, that's going to wrap me up for today, folks. You guys have a terrific weekend. Don't forget tomorrow on Cruise Amigos, 2:00 Eastern Daylight Time, 1:00 Central Daylight Time, 7:00 London time for all you folks on the other side of the pond. And we're going to learn about Iceland, and it's going to be a fascinating show. And pictures are marvelous. So that's it for me for today. I'll see everybody back here at 11 o'clock Monday morning for Travel and Cruise Industry News with Chillie Falls. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.